Hello, everybody. Welcome back to an episode of My Thoughts. My voice is doing much better now. I know if you guys maybe remember last week, my voice was kind of messed up just because I was since sick. But hopefully, it sounds a lot better now. I feel a lot better. So hopefully, that's all good as compared to maybe some last week's videos. But we're back in My Thoughts. I know it's been a while since I did a My Thoughts. It's been about, and as far as I can see, probably like about 2 months or so since I did the last My Thoughts. But that's just how it goes. Usually, sometimes I won't really have it's kind of dependent on the series, of course, but just with specifically with my thoughts, it's always kind of dependent on if there's anything good that I want to talk about or give my thoughts on, of course. So it's all kind of dependent on if there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about or if there's really nothing going on. So that's kind of what my thoughts is dependent on. I know a lot of it's entertaining. I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys, overall enjoy it. So yeah, I know it kind of goes off and on with my thoughts. Just again, kind of dependent on if there's anything I want to talk about. But we're back here. Hopefully, I could try and find some more things to talk about, and hopefully, I could try and stay more consistent with it. But usually, if my thoughts kind of falls off for a while, that's usually how it goes. It's just not too much things to talk about, and that's just how it is, unfortunately. So sorry, it was kind of a taking a hiatus from it, but yeah, that's just how it is. But I thought this topic was pretty interesting that I saw to give my thoughts on. So it's Snapchat, and it's kind of the same kind of deal as what we talked about last week on the podcast with Xbox upcharging their users. Well, it's more of an upcharge for Game Pass. Of course, we had that whole deal with the podcast last week. But Snapchat is starting to charge, or they're going to start charging their users for memory storage. I'm going to read a couple articles and get a little bit more into it, but I figure it's just another thing, another deal with a company just charging their users for things that probably shouldn't really be charged for. I have my disagreements with it, of course. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on it and just my overall consensus of it, of course. So I'm going to read an article and we're going to get into it here. This is USA Today, pretty good news site here. So Snapchat, some Snapchatters will have to pay to keep their thousands of snaps stored on the app. On Friday, September 26th, Snapchat allows plans to start charging users who have more than 5 gigabytes of memories, quote unquote, photos and videos taken and stored on the app. When we first launched Memories, we never expected it to grow to what it has become today. Snapchat said in a statement, "We want to make sure that our community can continue to store all of their memories over the long term. So we're introducing the new memory storage plans to support Snapchatters with more than 5 gigabytes of memories." So of course, if you don't know too much about Snapchat, it's obviously, you snap and chat people, um, and text and whatnot. But memories with Snapchat is basically, for example, if you take a snap or take a video within the Snapchat app, you could save it to your memories, and it'll save in like a list, kind of like a category of memories within the app. It'll, if you take a video or photo, you could choose to save that to your memories. And I know a lot of people do kind of alternatively use it to kind of their phone video. I know, like obviously, if your storage is full on your phone, you save it to memories like pictures and videos of whatnot. Maybe of some of your personal life or just snaps. It's just basically a place to save all your photos and videos to Snapchat, and I know a lot of people use it overall. So it's just a kind of an alternative camera roll, basically. I know some people, like I was saying, kind of use it for that. And then I'm gonna be reading some more articles here. That was more or less the long and the short of the USA Today article. I'll be reading off some extra things. So there's not a clear date. I looked it up. There's not a clear date on if or when they're gonna start charging people for this. All I say here is this response here. Snapchat will start charging users for memory storage starting in late 2025, which is kind of around now. Um, Users need to pay more to store more than 5 gigabytes of memories, which is the limit for free storage. Snapchat will provide a 12-month grace period for users to upgrade or download the memories before they are deleted. The new storage plans will include options for 100 gigabytes, 250 gigabytes, and 5 terabytes of storage, depending on the user's subscription level. So I don't know if it's gonna start maybe I guess 12 months. Like I don't know. Like personally, I use Snapchat memories a lot, and I enjoy. I have a lot of cool memories on there that I would like to keep. So I don't know, and this of course directly affects me. I'm kind of ranting here, but this directly something that directly affects me. Again, I have a lot of cool memories that I would like to keep on my Snapchat. So I mean, I don't know. I guess you kind of got to be like I'm not quite sure if it goes over 5 gigabytes. It may or may not. I guess I imagine they would send me a notification if I had to pay for it or whatever. But I don't think there's a really clear cut date on when they're going to start charging it. So I'm not quite sure. I have my disagreements with it, and like I said, I'm going to kind of go into the rant here. I have my disagreements with it. I don't entirely agree with this. Kind of the same thing with kind of my same thoughts on the Xbox Game Pass situation. I don't 100% agree with it. I mean, they've gone like this long without. I mean, Snapchat's been around for a good long while, so they've had memories for this long now. I don't know why I start charging now. But then it's kind of devil's advocate. I do also see maybe why they do want to start charging people, because obviously Snapchat, it's when you save the memories, and maybe you don't, a lot of people don't see from the technical side of it. If you save a memory, it's probably storing on Snapchat servers and their cloud service, and obviously that costs money to run. So maybe I kind of see a little bit on why they might want to start charging people for it. But I mean, I feel like Snapchat probably makes enough money to probably not to go without charging people. I don't know. It's kind of both sides of the spectrum. I more or less disagree with it more than I agree with it. But I do probably, I'd see why they probably do want to start charging people just for the probably the maintenance costs and whatnot on them to keep memories on their platform. Hopefully that makes sense on the technical side. But yeah, this is something that it could directly affect me. I don't know again if I go over the 5 GB mark of the Snapchat memories, but like I said, I mean, I it's like you're almost forced to pay for it at this point. I mean, I would like to keep all my memories. It's just another subscription unnecessarily that a company adds. I don't really see how it's too necessary. This is from another article here from Blavity on MSN, just to credit the source here. Snapchat has announced it will start charging users for storing photos and videos, a core feature on the social media platform, of course. News comes as Snapchat previously introduced a premium subscription feature, Snapchat Plus, in 2022. Introduced in 2016, the Memories feature on the social media platform quickly became a popular way for users to archive photos and videos in order to reminisce on the past. Of course, memories. The feature also prompted users to repost their archives as a throwback beyond the 24-hour window when initially shared. Snapchat will have to pay in order, of course, to store memories over 5 GB. Then that quote there, just kind of scrolling through this article. Snapchat added that users have saved over 1 trillion memories since 2016. Social media company also said that the most users have less than 5 GB of memories, and the change won't impact them. So I guess, I mean, mostly, I guess just their analytical data, they're saying that a lot of them don't have beyond 5 GB. I don't know. It's still kind of hard to see. I'm going to, hopefully there's a way to kind of check and see if you're over the limit, because I'm genuinely curious to see if I'm over the limit, because I'm not entirely sure. Um, for those who have over 5 GB of memory, Snapchat is introducing a different storage plan options. The introductory storage plan that includes 100 GB will cost $199 per month. Snapchat Plus users will have 250 GB of storage included on the $3.99 monthly subscription, which isn't too bad, I guess. If you already have Snapchat Plus, that'll help. While Snapchat Platinum users will get 5 TB as part of their $15.99 monthly plan, according to TechCrunch. And of course, there's a lot of backlash from this. Several users have said that they have been using the app for years and therefore have considerably more than 5 GB of data archived on the social media platform. Some have qualified the news as unfair and greedy, as they are now forced to choose between paying a subscription or losing their memories, according to the BBC News. Of course, that's everybody's dilemma, including mine. I mean, you got to either pay or you lose your memories. And I'm sure Snapchat, know that when they came out with it. The news comes as Snapchat announced in April it had surpassed 900 million monthly active users. It also comes as several social media platforms have introduced paid subscription plans. This is just a slew of them. Of course, X or Twitter made headlines after making users pay in order to keep or add blue checkmark in 2022. Following year, Instagram introduced a similar feature that allowed users to pay for verification via its Meta Verified service. Last week, Meta announced it would start offering a subscription plan to remove ads from Facebook and Instagram. The feature is launched in the United Kingdom. And, quote, the road to paying for storage on social media is inevitable, Drew Benvey, the founder and chief executive of social media consultancy Batten Hall, told the BBC News. In an era where we have to post less but save more, this is an evolution of messaging and social media platforms. And yeah, this just pretty much just adds on to a slew of other social media services who have subscriptions. They introduce subscriptions within their app and also just pay an extra. I guess $199, and I think it's also $3.99. It kind of depends on what storage plan. I guess in the grand scheme of things, the price isn't entirely outrageous, but it's just the concept that you have to pay is just kind of outrageous, honestly. Again, I don't 100% agree with it. It's not crazy pricing, but again, I don't really agree with it. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think Snapchat really needed to have that. And then I feel like there's no transparency. I don't even know if they're going to start, or when they're going to start charging. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know. There's not too much transparency on that. I couldn't really find anything in any of the articles I was kind of skimming through before this video. But I can't really find too much. Yeah, again, if they're when they're going to start charging. Hopefully there's notifications. Hopefully I get a notifications. But people are upset and rightfully so. And I've been kind of ranting this video. Of course, that's the core part of my thoughts. Just more or less rants. But I mean, people are upset and rightfully so. I think it's just another case of a greedy company just kind of wanting more from their users. I don't think it's necessary, and I 100% disagree with it. But again, I don't agree with it, but I also see, like I was saying earlier, why they might want to start charging people, just because, it kind of milks their resources in a way where you keep memories on their cloud server or whatnot. So I see why, but I don't agree with it. So maybe, hopefully, that maybe, and I'm not even sure that that's why, but I have to assume it's probably a common reason. So hopefully that sheds light on maybe why they're doing this. That's just my opinion, of course. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, as I say. Of course, this comes with the news of, just to kind of add on to the last week's video, just Xbox Game Pass raising their subscription. So this news also came in within the same week of that. So a lot of companies and whatnot, they're raising their prices, they're starting to charge people for things. Things are just getting more expensive overall. So it's not too good, I guess. I mean, we're gonna have to start paying for everything at this point. Like, Snapchat was supposed to be a free app. It still is, but it's more or less they're making a lot of apps like pay to play or pay to win. It's kind of a metaphorical thing there, but I mean that's how they're making them. I could only assume that you're gonna see more tech companies starting to charge their users for using the app, on which it used to not be that way. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of tough. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't want to pay for it, but I guess we'll see. I mean, I guess if it comes out, I don't know when it's going to come out again. I guess we'll see. I guess at some point during the rest of the year, it'll come out, and I guess we'll find out. But yeah, that's just. I thought it was pretty interesting to talk about. Of course, it came out last week, so I thought, hey, it was good to bring my thoughts back. So it's a good topic to talk about, and hopefully, I can find some more good topics and kind of bring my thoughts back as a whole. And I'll do some research, but hopefully, I could find some good things to talk about in the future, just in general, with my thoughts. But yeah, of course, you guys are always welcome to leave a comment down below what you think of the whole Snapchat charging users for memories deal. Are you going to get it, or are you going to have to get it, whatever it is it may be, or how does it affect you? Do you have a lot of memories that you want to keep on the Snapchat app? Of course, comments are always welcome. Of course, feedback, the usual stuff. Be sure to subscribe for more content. Like the video, all good stuff. Discord, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. Links in the description. I try to see, like I was saying, if I could make a comeback for my thoughts. Just again, it's all topic based. If I have good topics to talk about, there'll be a good amount of my thoughts episodes. Try to space it out evenly. Try to stay consistent with it, but again, it's all really based off of if I have good topics to talk about. So just keep that in mind if my thoughts kind of goes on a break, kind of like we just did. In between this episode and the last episode, just keep that in mind. I just wanted to put that out there. If it's being inconsistent with my thoughts, that's the reason, more or less. But yeah, with all that being said, though, I will see you guys in the next video.